It is now 6:45, and we will begin with the Citizens Forum for February 4th, 2014. Tonight, we do have one citizen. Ms. Carolyn Kirkerson would like to come and speak with us regarding a drone situation.
Thank you. Hello, Mayor. Thank you and Kathy and Chief Walker for, being so concerned about what took place this week. For those that don't know, I was standing at the school bus stop at 3 o'clock in the afternoon waiting for my grandson to come home from school. He's in kindergarten. And as I stood at the bus stop, I hear it first, and I'm looking for it thinking it's an airplane, little kid's airplane. And it was square, and I gave you all a picture of it at your desktop, what I saw, because this is actually what I saw. You can buy it on Amazon for $500. This thing's flying through my neighborhood, and it's going from house, circling, to house, circling, from house, circling, crosses the street, goes up my street, comes back, comes down, circling houses. From what I know now, it was taking pictures, which I thought at the time it was taking pictures, and I didn't know that it was a drone. And I was concerned immediately, thinking, what is this, and why is it here? And as I watched this thing go through my neighborhood, and I'm looking to see where it's coming from, I turn and I look up the street, and up the hill, there's a gentleman standing there with a remote control. And I hollered to him, "Is this Google Earth?" And he hollers back and he said, "No, I'm taking pictures of people's roofs." And I thought, okay, well, maybe he's a roofer. Still, the hair on the back of my neck is still a little high. He comes down in his shiny new Corvette convertible, drives past me with Florida tags. And I think to myself, Florida tags and a roofing company? It didn't add up. So I called the police station, and I entered and filled out a report. And since that time, I've learned a couple of things that I want to share with you, and then I want to ask you for some action. The first thing that I learned is that there is a law in the books regarding drones in the state of Tennessee, but it restricts the law enforcement from using them. It doesn't restrict any creeper from using them in our neighborhood. It doesn't restrict a child pedophile from looking at a schoolyard or a daycare. It doesn't restrict a criminal case in the neighborhood to break into your home. It doesn't restrict somebody with a restraining order on an ex-husband. It doesn't restrict those kinds of people from using a drone. It restricts the police, which makes no sense to me. Because if anybody should have the right to use it, it should be a police officer to stop crime, not a criminal to initiate crime. So what I'd like to see done, and I'm not really sure if it's in your power to do it, but I'd like to see some kind of a permit issued for these things, where people, if they're going to fly a drone in their neighborhood and take pictures of your family, of your children, of your wives or your husbands, that they have a permit locally that says they can fly this in your neighborhood. Then Chief Walker, when crazy grandmom at the bus stop calls him up and says, "There's something in my neighborhood flying around taking pictures," he can go, "It's okay, grandmom, we know who it is. We have it on file." That makes sense to me. I'd like to see the state legislature pass a law that would provide for background checks, like I have to have a background check to carry a weapon, that they would have a background check, that they could say if a felon is looking to have a drone or not, a terrorist is looking to have a drone or not, that with a camera on it, they can come any place in the city, they could follow the mayor home, see where she lives, and they can follow any one of us home. They can look at our children on schoolyards, on playgrounds. It's going to draw the attention of kids. We never thought that somebody would fly airplanes into the tower on 9/11. And we have not given thought about this kind of technology that can be used for harm. And if somebody had thought about planes flying into the tower, they would have thought, what can we do to stop it? Well, now we're at the place where technology, we have to catch up with the laws and say this doesn't make any sense, that the police can't use it, the criminals can. We need to change that. And so I'm asking the state legislature to enact some kind of legislation to have background checks that felons can't get their hands on it. It may not solve the problem, but certainly it would eliminate a felon, hopefully, like it would eliminate a felon from having a gun, that it would eliminate a felon from being able to fly around my neighborhood and look at my family. and an ordinance here in the city would perhaps say you have to have a permit to fly it. At least then the police know who has these things. And if creeper comes to my neighborhood and I'm alarmed somebody flying over my house taking pictures, Chief Walker knows who that person is. That's all I have to say. Thank you.
Very good points, very good. I do know, I can say this, I know, Chief, you've been in contact with our attorney, discussing some of these matters, and if there's anything that we can think that the city can do, we can certainly put it on next month for discussion, and if we deem that we can do, I like the idea about a permit. Can we legally do it? We don't know. But I certainly have to agree on this one, totally.
Yes, ma'am. We will work on it this month and hopefully have something next month.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you very much. I want to thank, I love it when our citizens, I know this is Citizens Forum, but this is what it takes in a community, is the citizens watching out for each other. And this is very important, and you never know from one day to the next what could happen. And I love it when they know the citizens in Laverne are watching out for their neighborhoods. With that being said, I will call this Citizens Forum adjourned. We'll be back at exactly 7 o'clock to start the meeting.